Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Coffee with Creators podcast. My name is Rob Balasabas. Really glad to have you here. Today is July 1st, 2024. We are into the H2 2024, second half of the year. This is the first day of the second half of 2024. What are you working on? What are you doing? What are you focused on? Let me know. Send me a note. Send me a DM. Send me an email. Love to hear from you. Love to learn what you are up to. I just got back from Anaheim a couple of days ago from VIDCON. VIDCON, if you guys don't know, is pretty much the Mecca, the unofficial YouTube conference, basically, in my mind. It's where everyone, it's where, I wouldn't say everyone, not everyone's there. There's so many people that do amazing things in the creator economy, that are in the YouTube space, that are in the video space, in the media industry, that are not there. But man, is it ever such an awesome conference if you want to just meet a ton of interesting creators, a ton of bright people from the industry, the creator economy industry. Is just a great place to be. And so I landed there on last Thursday afternoon, early afternoon, around 2 o'clock. For the first time, hot tip, if you are going to VidCon, it's in Anaheim. If you're going to go to Anaheim, most people, like me, rookie mistake, would go to LAX. This time around, I went to John Wayne, which is in Orange County, which is in Orange County. And instead of hiking all the way from LAX, which is with traffic and LA traffic, it's almost an hour to get from LAX to Anaheim. And sometimes longer, depending on the day, depending on the time of the day, depending on traffic, depending on who is on the road. But this time around, I took a direct flight from Vancouver to the John Wayne Airport, which is, I believe, Santa Ana Airport. Correct me if I'm wrong. SNA is the code, I believe, for the airport. And from there, from John Wayne to VidCon, which is just by Disneyland in Anaheim, it was like a 20-minute Uber ride. So not only am I saving time, I saved money on the Uber ride as well. So that's the hot tip, all right? So if you're going to go to VidCon, go to Anaheim. Go to the Orange County Airport, which is John Wayne Airport. That's the way to go. All right, so I landed on Thursday. I went to the hotel, checked in, did my thing, and immediately went out and started messaging folks. There's a bunch of WhatsApp group chats and emails and text messages from people that I knew were going to be in town, knew they were going to be at Vid Summit, and I just immediately hit them all up and said, hey, I'm in town, I'm here, where is everyone? And so I just made my way right at the hotel lobby, met some friends there, went around, grabbed my badge and did my thing. And it was just nonstop networking and seeing people, and it was a blast. On Friday, I then had a full day of networking, full day at the event, checked out some of the installations, and then I had a panel around 4 p.m. near the end of the day on the creator level. So basically at Vid Summit, there's 3 levels. There's community, which is at the very ground floor. Second level is creator level. Third floor is industry. And each of them will have, booths and stuff like that for sponsors and things. And they will also all have different workshops and things like that happening throughout the day. And so my talk was on the creator level at the end of Friday. Mind you, the last day is Saturday, so this is kind of like the Friday, things are winding down. And it was a packed house, probably had, 300-400 people there in that session. It was amazing. I'll have some pictures on LinkedIn and Instagram if you want to go check it out. But yeah, packed house. And so I had a blast. I came home Saturday, took a flight or late morning flight, and I was back home on Saturday afternoon, early afternoon. And that was VidCon, in and out, Thursday afternoon to Saturday afternoon, 2 nights. That's just how I roll now. It's just, I'm trying to be as productive as possible with without all the fluff, of like work trips. I just try to be as productive, as efficient as possible, and just get to work, get there, get to work, get work done, do the things I need to do, be productive, and then head home. And that's just been so good for just my work-life balance, for mental health, you could say, for just, overall, like just being home and away from home and all those dynamics. It's been really good. Also, it forces me to be really efficient and productive with a quicker trip, right? Sometimes you make a trip longer than it needs to be, and you're like, there's a lot of time where I'm actually not productive, because maybe people aren't in town yet, or people have already left town, or whatever it may be. But when you make your trip shorter, when I've been making the trip shorter anyway for myself, I've just been more productive. I'm just like, I am working the entire day. I find my rhythm. I find the times where I need to step away from sort of the big crowds, kind of regroup, refresh, and re-energize, recharge, and then jump back in. So anyways, it was a great trip. I can't wait to go back. There's another VidCon. The next VidCon is actually in Mexico in August. I'm not going to go to that. But I am considering going to VidCon Baltimore in the fall. So we'll see how that goes. But definitely VidCon Anaheim, the big one. VidCon Anaheim, California one, 2025. I will be there. So today's episode, though, I wanted to just kind of unpack some of the learnings and some of the highlights, takeaways that I had from VidCon this year. It's been, there's so many highlights here I want to share. I've got about 9 highlights here that I want to share with you guys. And so hopefully this is going to be something that will be useful to you if you weren't able to join and go and attend this year. But even if you did, I hope this also helps you as well, and some takeaways, some thoughts. And I would love to hear from you what your takeaways were if you were there. So send me, if you had posted something on LinkedIn. I love reading those. I love those like Cole's notes from a conference. And so send me a link, send me a DM or Instagram or LinkedIn, and send me a link to your post or a blog post or whatever it may be, newsletter if you shared some takeaways. So here's mine, all right? So let's just go down and kind of like just bomb through these because I hope they're helpful for you. So the first one is, again, VidCon remains to be sort of the mecca, for lack of a better term, for content creators across all the verticals and niches and industries. There's such a wide range of creators and so many different brands that are there, not only sponsoring, but also just in the crowd. As I started to network, I just got to meet so many people that represented different brands, different platforms, different tools that were doing some really cool things to help creators with their businesses. So cool. So yeah, again, just a place to be if you are in the creator economy space. I had the privilege of leading the panel, like I said. It was all about the future of podcasting. And I know podcasting has been around for a while, but there's a bit of a revolution happening with podcasting, especially in terms of video podcasting. And a lot of YouTubers are gravitating to podcasts, long form podcast shows, interviews, maybe with a co-host. But it really kind of goes against what YouTube wants you to do, which is quick video, like watch time, retention. Podcast lets you kind of like just chill out and unpack a topic like I am right now for a longer time without the rush and being like rushed to, create a 5-minute video or an 8-minute video, right? With a bunch of jump cuts and cutscenes and things like that. And so there was Jordan Newman, who leads the creator partnerships at Spotify, which is perfect, right? It's a podcasting panel. And so we had Jordan Newman, John Yushai, who has 2 podcasts, one with Danny Duncan and one by himself. and Renee Teely, who also has had a podcast, a couple different ones in the past, and is just an expert in the creator economy. And so that was an awesome panel. I hope there's a replay somewhere, but I'm sure that'll surface. But it was a great podcast, great panel, great session, packed house. The questions during the Q&A were really solid from the audience, and so I just had a blast. Hopefully we'll be able to do another panel at some point at the next Vid Summit. A lot of buzz around AI and how it's impacting creators and the creator economy, content creation. These AI tools are really changing how content is created and how we engage with content. Shout out to Opus Clip, which is an awesome AI tool to repurpose your long form content into short form content. Love working with them. They support the channel. And so make sure you go check them out. Go to Opus Clip, check them out. If you haven't yet, there's a free trial. So just a shameless plug there and shout out to Opus Clip. But there's so many tools out there. More than ever though, as well, is that AI isn't just like a specific tool. Like it's not just, yes, there's Opus Clips, which is built all around AI, but existing tools are also starting to incorporate AI into what they already have in place. Adobe is a great example. It's been around, Adobe tools have been around for so long, but now AI is getting injected into it, and it's just like taking it to the next level, right? And so it's amazing. I love seeing it. I love seeing AI. I know people are scared of it, that it's going to take away jobs, but I just find that it's helping. It's helping content creators to do a lot of the things that might take a lot of time so that they can focus on the things that only they can do, only humans can do, all right? There's also, more than ever this year, so many creators that are focusing, that I'm finding in conversations, in talks, and panels, that are focusing on building revenue streams off platform. So, they're building their audiences on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. These are all really important. They build their audiences here. But more and more, they're thinking through how to build revenue, like memberships, like digital products, like paid communities outside of those free platforms. And so I love that. I really do love that. Not only because I work at Uscreen and we help people with their video memberships, but as a content creator, as an advocate for content creators, I just love that they are taking control of their businesses by building their revenue outside of those free platforms. Community continues to be a really central theme for both creators, for brands, especially brands. I'm finding that they're really investing in their communities so that they have a strong presence and direct engagement and FaceTime with their customers, their audience / their customers. So I love community, that it's becoming not just a buzzword, but actually something that brands and creator brands or creator-led brands are really taking a serious look at to make sure that they are building it the right way. And so community, I love community, okay? Also, it's refreshing to see creators and their strategists really, again, going back to the revenue streams thing, emphasizing sustainable and predictable revenue streams, okay? Everyone knows that sponsorships and brand deals are super lucrative. It's probably one of the more sexier type of, revenue streams for creators for many reasons, right? Everybody wants to boast that they have sponsorships, that they have a brand deal in place, they have long-term brand deals in place. But the reality is, man, a lot of brand deals can get pulled back. A lot of brand budgets for sponsorships can get pulled back at any minute. And so it can become really volatile. It can really put a creator in a bad place when those big brand deals pull back and they're left with a big chunk of their revenue gone. And so I love that creators and their business strategists or advisors are really taking a close look at building sustainable and predictable revenue streams. i.e. memberships. Okay, so I love that. I love that they're thinking through that creators in the business sense at least are evolving and maturing to take a closer look at off-platform revenue that's sustainable and predictable. Okay. Just on a fun note, YouTube, Meta, so Instagram and Facebook, and TikTok had really awesome lounges, installations on the creator floor. So next year, if you're going to attend in 2025 or beyond, consider getting a pass for the creator pass, okay? Especially if you're a content creator, make sure you get the creator pass, okay? You're going to get access to some really cool installations. You're going to get access to some really good workshops and sessions that you'll take a lot of have a lot of takeaways from. All right, so you're gonna learn a lot, and that's where all the industry folks and creator folks are hanging out. Now there is also an industry level, but you can sort of shell out and invest the extra money to get access to that. But a lot of the times, most of the industry folks are also hanging out on the creator floor, I found. One of the highlights this year was YouTube Gaming had a space for Minecraft that they kind of like set up for Minecraft. It was really fun. Like this whole place was basically like a mini amusement park, but for Minecraft. And I played a little bit of Minecraft during COVID when my kids got really into it, and my kids are still really into it. Every now and then, they kind of go through their phases. And my two kids, they just really they have fun with Minecraft. So it was really cool. There was some really cool, I got some really cool pictures. They had these big Minecraft installations and things. They had a big Minecraft cake. And then they even had some merch that was Minecraft. So it was cool. And then one of the things was that everybody that went to the installation also got a Minecraft cupcake in a box. So it's really fun. If you go to my Instagram, I might have a picture about it with it. So that was really fun. That was one of the highlights. Felt really cool to be there, to be honest, and kind of see it. It was kind of surreal. So that's some of the things that I had from VidCon. Huge shout out to Jacques Kaiser, such a legend. He's the programming director at VidCon. Great guy, based out of the UK, and just runs all the VidCons behind the scenes. You won't see him, he won't have a big picture on the website or anything, but man, he is one of the guys. And also Colin Hickey, just awesome guys there. So big shout out to the entire VidCon team. You guys always do a great job putting on an awesome event. I'm looking forward to going to the next one. And also just shout out to everybody that got to see there. So many people, my buddy Dao Chi from Una, Andrew Ken, my old colleague from TubeBuddy, who was there with Ike and Stacy and the entire crew. It was just awesome to be there hanging out with everyone. So that's my quick little recap from VidCon. Had a great time. If you plan to go next time, let me know. Would love to see you. On the note of events, would love to hear from you. If you are planning to go to any events this year or any for the next 12 months, let me know. Send me a note. What events are you planning to attend? I'd love to know. I'd love to hear about it, and add it potentially to our calendar as well. All right, so thanks for hanging out with me in this episode. Appreciate you guys. I'd love to hear any questions, any comments. Send me a note. Always love to hear from the folks that are listening to the podcast. All right, so with that said, thanks for listening. God bless you guys. Hope you have an awesome day, afternoon, evening, whatever time you're listening to this. And I'll see you or talk to you at the next one. Take care.